Hey, it's Tusker11, back with battles finally, and brief explanation first, since you're probably wondering from the title that this is the Week 2 battle when I haven't had the Week 1 battle for the Lost Ones Draft League Season 4 yet. So for the Week 1, my Week 1 opponent dropped out, and I am waiting on a replacement. We still need a replacement in the league before I can have that battle, so the Week 1 battle is going to end up being after Week 3 at the least. Hopefully it does not take any longer than that to find a replacement. If anyone's watching and they want to fill the replacement slot, then go to the Discord in the description and then at me in the draft channel there about wanting the spot. And then you're also probably wondering from what you see up here, I will be continuing live recorded battles for the league in general, but for my Week 2 match, there was some time zone issues, so I was not able to record it live. Since there was no time during the day when I could have recorded, I had to just have the battle and then do a post recording here. And because of that, I also didn't get a prep video ready, but I'll go over the prep that I did anyway before getting into the battle. But because I did not have a prep video, I missed something very important. The fact that I did not put Grass Knot on my Thunderous until the battle started, and that became a really big problem since I needed that for the Swampert, and it made it so my Thunderous could not stay in on Swampert, and I had very little momentum going because of that. So that was a really big issue. But I'll go over the prep that I did anyway. So I've got Thunderous, something I have not used before in draft, named Zeke von Genbu. Then I have, and he was running Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Defog, and Taunt. Then I've got Silvally, the Narrative Gundam, running Normal Type with Thunderium Z. That was mostly for the Manaphy, but ended up not being used for that. Mimikyu, Homura Chemikyu, using the regular Adamant set. Aaron Yeager, the Mega Charizard Y, running the usual set. Dimitri the Jellicent running the Will-O-Wisp Hex set. And then Kshatriya running the same thing I have used it in OU with. Also something I've not used in draft before. And then the opposing roster was Manaphy Z, Pelipper, Metagross, Heliolisk, Ludicolo Z, Carracosta, Mega Swampert, Tornadus Therian, Magnezone, Toxicroak Z, Ferocity, and Comfey. So they ended up bringing Ferocity, Pelipper, Mega Swampert, Manaphy, Heliolisk, and Carracosta. And this is the Torigoth Typhlosions, my team, versus the Macdonalds Sunkerns. So I actually never knew that Ferocity sticks into the ground like that. That's pretty interesting. So I went for Taunt, figuring that they were going to lead with their rocks. Really wish I had gone for the prediction there and just gone for a Thunderbolt. Then I could have taken this thing out and completely changed the way the battle went. So I expected them to double out into Mega Swampert, which is why I sent in Dimitri, and I was correct in that. Then I went for Will-O-Wisp, but they probably expected that, or maybe they were just trying to tank it. So they went into Manaphy with Hydration, so Will-O-Wisp does not do anything. So I actually should have stayed in with Dimitri. I could have just kept going for Hex on it, even though it wouldn't have done much, because the Manaphy could not really do too much to touch me based on what it was running. I figured I could get a Leech Seed off on it, but it was running Watering Z, so if I had stayed in with Dimitri, it wouldn't have been able to use that, and I just lost Kshatriya for absolutely nothing. At +3 in the rain, there's no way I was living that, even though I am specially defensive. So completely wasted Kshatriya when I could have just stayed in with Dimitri and avoided that thanks to Water Absorb. Now, I guess since they got their Z move off, they decide to sack Hanafi. Or maybe they just thought they could live a solar game. So I think here things get a bit stally with the switches, that we just keep doubling out into things, so I'm going to speed it up a bit. And actually, yeah, I completely waste Silvally here. Not that I had much other choice. What I should have done was gone into Aaron and try to avoid the Thunder. Alright, so this wasn't the point where it needed to be sped up. This might be the point where it needs to be sped up a little. So here's where I really wish I had Grass Knot. Massive mistake. Yeah, so Dimitri can definitely handle this thing, but if I had Grass Knot on Thunderous, I could have taken it out much earlier and saved a ton of trouble. If I had taken the Swampert out much earlier, then I could have prevented a lot of switching out and the threat of it against certain stuff. Also, missing that Will-O-Wisp, I guess it paid off in the end, kind of, just because it made it easier to take the Ferocity out. But in the end, I don't think I was able to finish off the Ferocity. So I've got priority defog on this thing. Unfortunately, Zigran Gembu was not able to be the bringer of chaos this time, but hopefully in one of the matches to come he will get his chance. He's just yet to unleash his eye of shining justice. So yeah, I knew Sturdy was coming, but I was an idiot and did not expect the weakness policy. It probably didn't matter too much though, because what I was expecting was just some rock type move that would have taken me out anyway. So it really didn't matter too much because I had Mimikyu with Shadow Sneak. Though if I had known about the weakness policy Shell Smash, I could have gone for Taunt first, and that maybe would have worked, but still I think he could have just taken me out with any rock move anyway. So I don't want to lose Disguise just yet. Now this turn here, I go into Charizard to reduce Thunder to 50% accuracy, because there's no way that would ever hit. And this turn is where I have lost, because they hit the 50%. I mean, yeah, it was somewhat risky anyway, but still 50% accuracy in Pokemon that's realistically like 25% accuracy. So I knew that they would be forced to switch out there, and I could get off a free Swords Dance. Then this turn, I almost ran out of time because I was calcing it to see if Play Rough could kill this thing or not, or if it would have been safer to go for Shadow Claw. Play Rough ended up having a very good chance at KOing. It did 88% minimum. So that was just enough that at that range it was definitely going to take it out. And I just need Play Rough to hit this thing too. So, as I found out after the battle, this thing was Specs, and there was nothing I could have done here anyway. Even if it did not get the crit, I still would have lost Mimikyu to this. Yeah, so the two biggest factors in this battle were the fact that I forgot to bring Grass Knot, because that could have completely changed things. If I had gotten rid of that Swampert right away, they probably would have started playing much more defensively after losing Swampert. And then the biggest thing overall was that 50% Thunder hit. That was what decided it, really. But if anyone wants to join the league, again, description has links to the Discord. And from now on, battles will be live recorded. Hopefully I won't have an issue like this again where I'm not able to live record the battle. And Week 1 match will eventually be up just after the Week 3 match at the least. Hopefully it won't be any longer than that. So, see you next time.